everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.
You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Aurea? I love it.
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great as well. Actually, I was telling you backstage that I hadn't been feeling my best, but I don't have COVID or anything, but just wanted to, I got to get some things that's going on taken care of, right? But I am super excited about our time here together, and I'm glad. Now, where are you located, by the way?
I am near Atlanta in the suburbs, coming Alpharetta area. So not too far from you.
All right, not too far. I live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, so I'm glad to have you.
A jump.
Yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump, literally a few hours of a jump, but it's just not that far. All right, listen, everybody. Today we have a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking with Aurea McGarry, and she is getting us celebritized. So we're going to be talking about her backstory and lots of things that she's had to overcome to become who she is today. And I encourage you all to share this broadcast. Take a moment to invite your friends, your family, co-workers. Yes, you just shared it? All right. Listen, let people be a part of today's discussion. In a nutshell, Aurea, tell everybody what they can expect to hear from you today during this hour.
My goodness, lots of hope, lots of why not you with your wildest dreams coming true. Because what God did for me, he can do for anyone because he's no respecter of person. So it's time to stop the excuses. Stop thinking we're too this, we're too old, we're too that, they're better than I am. None of that stuff. Because when you hear what's happened in my life, it's not because of anything more than determination and not having a plan B. Keep on going and knowing that God's got it under control. So those open doors, walk through them. Don't hesitate, because what do you have to lose? Give it a whirl and be totally used up when you die, that you had tried it all and you didn't leave anything to fear. Like, what if I don't make it? Well, what if you don't? Big deal. Try it anyway. There you go.
Oh my goodness. You're my kind of guest. That's for sure. You're speaking my language. I feel like we're twins because I feel the same way. That listen, I'm not going to leave any stone unturned when it comes to what God has for my life. I want to use every gift and every talent and leave it here on this earth for it to be a blessing to other people in some regard. So I am super thrilled about what you're going to be talking about today. Listen, people often ask how you can stay connected with the Kim Jacobs Show. So I want to go ahead and give you that information. And then when we come back, we're going to deep dive right into our guest, Aurea McGarry. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, we're back here on the Kim Jacobs Show, and we're talking with Aurea McGarry. And Aurea, I would love for you to just talk to us about your backstory, because I hear that you're a walking miracle. So I want to hear some more from you about that.
Yes, actually, it's so great that I can just give God the glory every day for me just being able to wake up and have this microphone in front of me and have a voice. Because in 1999, on my 38th birthday, after escaping domestic violence, after when I was young, experienced my dad being murdered by the mafia, just when you think you get enough, obstacles, and, it says obstacles build character. And I'm thinking, okay, Lord, I have enough character now. Can we have a little bit of smooth sailing? It's like, no, he wasn't done with me yet. Right. And we know he's never done with us. And in 1990, 9, on my 30th birthday, I was diagnosed with cancer. After a full year of having chest pains and 6 doctors telling me there's nothing wrong with me, I just sprained a muscle in the gym. They looked at me, healthy, 38-year-old girl working out in the gym, and saying, you're probably fine, you're overreacting.
Right.
Listen to your body. And at one point, I couldn't breathe, and it scared my husband, it scared my mother-in-law at the time, and they took me to a lung specialist. Fast forward,
Hmm.
exploratory surgery. They said, we believe you have cancer. Let's go in and see what the deal is. And in that surgery, they removed half of both my lungs, my thymus gland, the lining around my heart, disconnected half my diaphragm, and then removed the left thoracic nerve to my vocal cord nerve and told me I'd never speak again above a faint whisper, that would be impossible.
Get out of here.
They didn't just disconnect it. They had to remove that vocal cord nerve. And I'm in the gurney with tubes coming out of my throat and my stomach and talking like this, barely. And he goes, that's actually good. You'll be fine. The cancer's curable. You have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, we found out.
Mhm.
It's curable. 6 months of chemo. You should be okay. They didn't tell me that the chemo might kill you, but that was a whole nother story. But meanwhile, I remember lying there saying, okay, Lord, I don't have a voice. And at that point in my life, I was in direct sales. I was doing Mary Kay. I'd won a pink Cadillac. It's before social media, before texting. Email still was a new thing. So everything I did was on the phone and in person. And now I sounded like an obscene phone call and people did hang up on me. How do I run a business and I can't talk and I sound literally like an obscene phone call? So I prayed at that moment. I said, Lord, you're either going to show me how to live my life, earn my income without a vocal cord nerve. It could be worse. Let's do it. Whatever it is, it is. Or you're going to give me back my voice and you don't need my vocal cord to make that happen. So let's move on. I have all my arms and limbs. It could be worse. It could be a child. It's me. We got this. It's curable. Good news is I'm going to live. And I just had that attitude. And for like 2-3 years, my voice was really bad. It was really bad for like a couple of years. I really did sound like a chicken, but I kept on going because again, it could be worse. Chemo almost killed me. But where I am now, what happened a few years later, after they said you'll never speak again, is just miraculous. Because of course, my whole life is about speaking now, and that's just a kick in the devil's head. I'm just saying,
But, okay, wait. I do need to ask, how did you? Because this doesn't even seem scientifically possible outside of it being just a straight miracle. How did you regain the ability to speak at this level? And
That's literally a miracle. Now, I used to be a singer, but remember, it had nothing to do with that. They disconnected half my diaphragm, so I don't get the breath that I used to. I used to be an alto singer. So, with all that set aside, all this has been removed, disconnected, the vocal nerve taken out. There is no logical reason. In my medical chart, it says I'm a miracle because now I was also on the 700 Club with this story, and they had to research other people that had the same surgery before they would air or even come out to my house and do this story because they really researched that every miracle they talk about is actually fundamentally this shouldn't be happening. They don't just take word for word. So they looked at probably a dozen other people that had the same vocal cord nerve taken out. They're still not speaking after many years, still just the way it was when they first started out. Why I got the miracle, I don't know, but now I know that God had this whole calling on my life to give people hope, especially women. So I know he has a purpose for it. So I take it really seriously that I have a voice and I'm using it. I've been using it since, and I won't stop. I raise money for charities. I'm a charity auctioneer with this voice I'm not supposed to have. Raised almost $50,000 last year just for Haiti alone because I have a passion to use it for good, So there's no reason why this should work. It's just God. So anybody can try to explain away. Good luck, because God still does miracles. We don't know what they're going to be. We can't control them. But what do you have to lose to believe in them and pray for them? And then if you get one, great. But you know what? I promise you'll get good things anyway. It may not look or sound like you want, like God, miracle. He's going to give you an amazing miracle, but it may look a little different. But he wants you to have an amazing life.
Wow. Now, what about the fact that when God actually gives you a miracle, it's one thing to believe in miracles. It's another thing to see miracles and you see them in other people, because I've witnessed quite a few miracles, but it hits very differently when you are the walking miracle. So when we come back after this commercial break, I want to hear from you to find out, what is it like to be the one, the chosen one that is like, I am a walking, living, breathing human being that God decided to work something miraculous through right when we come back after this commercial break. Is that fair?
It's fair.
All right, we'll be right back.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everybody, we're back and we're talking with a walking, living miracle from God, and something that she was told by medical physicians that would never pretty much happen again, which is her ability to even use her voice. And guess what? She's not only using her voice, she is a podcast host for Get Celebritized, and she is an amazing woman of God. Let me also just formally, before I go any further, because I did not formally introduce you, and I think this will be good because now that people heard some of your backstory, this is going to be even more profound of an introduction. So let me do that.
And I love the glasses.
Oh, thank you. These are my reading glasses. I really don't even wear glasses. These are just literally for reading. But Emmy award-winning TV show host, producer, serving on the board of governors, and as an Emmy judge, a TEDx and professional keynote speaker, event MC, charity auctioneer, which is like hip. I mean, this woman is using her voice over and over again, and a podcaster for Get Celebritized with Aurea McGarry. Welcome again to the Kim Jacobs Show, and tell us how you feel to be one of those chosen miracles of God.
You know, it's funny, I don't feel chosen because I truly believe everybody can get a miracle of sorts, answered prayer. God doesn't just answer a few of our prayers. A lot of times they don't look the same. They don't look like we want. They're not in our timing. So because I know it's not just for me, it's for everyone, that gives me hope that to spread the good news that what God did for me, he can do for all of us in whatever that will is for you. So we can have good things happen to us. We got to believe in them. We just have to have faith and let God do what he does. And when bad things happen, like when that happened to me, I still had that good attitude. Okay, Lord, it's you and me. What do you have planned? Instead of, oh no, my God, there is no God. There is no good news. This can't be happening. And I think of the same way if you watch my TEDx, it talks about how to live an unbelievable legacy under unthinkable circumstances. And I don't even think mine is that big a deal because I think about people that I've had on my podcast and had at my Live Your Legacy Summit, like Scarlett Lewis, who was one of the mothers of the children that were gunned down in the Newtown, Connecticut shooting, little 6-year-old Jessie, and this mom and the surviving brother are my heroes, the people I think, I don't know how you bounce back from this. Her little son was 6 and he stood in front of that teacher while she was shot and killed. And then the gunman went to shoot him, 6 years old. And he looked right over to his classmates and told 6 or 7 of them to run while the gunman reloaded. And then he shot and killed little Jessie. That mother, to me, that's a bad day. To me, that's somebody you would give carte blanche and say, there is no God, there is no good. Go ahead, be an alcoholic, never pray again. There's nothing good in this world. And she didn't. She did her grieving and went through the process, but very shortly after, a year or two, she started a nonprofit called Jessie Lewis Love Foundation, because even after that day, she believed there was more good in this world than bad people doing things like that. And she's spreading love and hope in the schools to the children in his memory. To be able to even just bounce back from that, those are my heroes. So I don't think I've been through anything compared to that. And for her miracle doesn't look like my miracle. Her miracle is that she's still out there believing there's still hope and sharing hope and love with others. That's a miracle to me right there.
That's good. That's really inspiring to hear you say that. And there are people, we all get different miracles in different ways, shapes and forms. And we don't even know when it's going to happen. But when it does happen, I like the fact that you are here sharing your testimony and you're here spreading the great news of what God is still doing in your life. And I personally want to always be a walking example of what God can do. No matter how down and out the situation may look, no matter what the circumstances are, God is in control of everything. And he has chosen us for whatever the reason is, or whatever he decided is the purpose that he's going to use us as mouthpieces or as willing vessels. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. And I did a video earlier. Huh?
It gives us all purpose because we all go
Yeah.
through bad things and some really bad things and even worse things and then some more bad things. And it helps it make all sense when okay, I'll go through this another thing because it's never going to stop. It's always good and bad and good, bad because it's okay. I need to go through this so I can reach my hand back and now help others go through this. Because like I said, my dad was murdered. I escaped domestic violence. My mom died of cancer. I mean, it's always something. It's not like it's every day, but we all go through chunks of bad times. And if we go through it knowing, okay, Lord, just use me when this is done and I come out the other end because I will, that I can reach back and help somebody else go through it a little easier because I went through this before they did.
Wow, that's so inspiring. And when you say your dad was killed and by the mafia, that's not an easy conversation to have. And I don't know at what level you want to discuss that, but that
Oh, I'm an open
has
book.
I
I'm an
mean, that
open
has
book.
to be extremely traumatizing. It's one thing for our parents to eat
Yeah.
or people to die by the hands of somebody else, but another thing if you feel like this is something that's going to continue to haunt you possibly for the rest of your life. What are your thoughts? What was that
Well,
like?
that was kind of it was shocking. I was young. Yeah, he was a multi-millionaire Greek tycoon. We lived in New York City. And so we had everything. So yeah, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But then at 15, he was shot 3 times in the head. He was sought after, gunned down on purpose, the whole 9 yards. And there was investigation going on. And he was an investment banker, but he was also an attorney. I was so young, I didn't know all the things he did because he was such a big, businessman, top 10 Harvard, brilliant, did all the things. We were young and just had whatever we wanted, type thing. But then at 15, it all stopped. So we had the shock of losing it all and having to move out of our luxury apartment, the East Side in New York City, to where it wasn't luxurious at all and build back up. And that's when I got my muscles up. It didn't hit me for like 6 months when I realized he wasn't coming back because they were divorced, but I still saw him most of the times on Sundays.
Right.
And it was on his birthday. He was killed on his birthday. So there was some things to go through. But even after that, I realized how strong I was. And when all I could think about then is I needed to help my mom. I need to make sure my mom came out okay. My brother was older, my sister was older. They moved out. They were fine. I was still only 15. And
Okay.
I went to work, and I went to work in a Irish pub, lied about my age, and started making $400 a night, working brunches and doing what I had to do. They were great being in New York City, and paid for my own school, helped my mom get back into the workforce because back then women quit their job to raise children, in the 70s. And she
Right.
got back. She was a former secretary there and model. So she went back, started working for Columbia Pictures and being the front desk person. So we had our bootstraps pulled up and we did what we had to do. And it's amazing when you have to do that, the grieving process is pushed off. So it was like it dripped on us like, oh, he's not coming back. Oh, okay, we still have to work. Oh, our whole life will never be the same. But all that set aside, the worst day of my life was when my mom died
Mm.
because she was the closest person in my life. And when she died and they gave her like 3 weeks to live from cancer, that was devastating. She lived like 5 months after that. That crushed me. So it just depends on your level of relationship, but we can survive anything. It's not always easy and certainly not always fun, but don't go through life alone. Every step of the way, all the things you go through, what helped me go through was having people in my life. Different people come and go in your life, but always having people in your life. And it's important to have somebody to cry on their shoulders, laugh with, remember people with,
Hmm.
so
Now,
that's important.
with you having both, you have both parents have passed away at this point and under different circumstances, but both of them are no longer here. What advice do you give others that may be watching today that are they can't get past the fact that their mom or their dad, and I can't even imagine getting past anything, and I don't even want to get past it. My dad died, and I don't want to get past the fact that he died. So I can't
Yeah,
see myself moving on, if that makes sense. But
yeah.
how do you advise that from
Well,
a
I don't
grief?
think. Well, and now I'm so glad. Before my mom died, because she died when I was older, I was in my 30s. She remarried a wonderful man who's still my dad to this day. He legally
Oh,
adopted me. He was tall, dark, and handsome. Adored her. She practically died in his arms. They were a love story, and she was a cougar. And so I'm
a
just so proud of
cougar.
him. He's 15 years younger than her, and he's only 12 years older than me. Still in my life, still my dad to this day. So I had him. But here's what I say to when you lose your parents or anyway, a child. I always still think it's worth to lose a child than a parent because we expect someday. We don't never know how. Definitely not murder. Definitely not
Right.
any of that. But you don't move on. My mom was my best friend, will always be so close. Everything about Christmas, everything about Mother's Day, she's always right here. And
Mm,
you don't move on. The pain gets less, but they're with you. You remember them every moment. I'll never be over it. It's been
mm,
30 years now she's passed away, and I think about her every day. I see her in my daughters. Both my daughters are so much like her in so many ways. And talking about my mom,
mm.
because my youngest daughter, 17, never met her, but my older one did know her until she was about 5 years old. And I say, you're doing just what mommy too would have done. You're so much like mommy too. And they see pictures. So she's still very much alive, and she's still very part of my life. So you never move on from that, and you shouldn't have to. It's like, wow, everything now is just, oh, you see mommy too? Mommy too would have loved that. And it's a constant, she's there, which is so nice. So it's never, you never just forget. No,
No.
it's just they're there in a different way now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And which is fun. I love remember it. But the 2 years when it happened, when my mom died, I cried like there was a knife in my heart. It was physical pain. And I remember hearing that someday it won't hurt that bad.
Mm,
And you'll be able to remember and laugh and not cry. But that took a long time. It was
mm.
heartbreaking. So losing a child, losing love, and losing anyone takes time. But the day will come where you can start looking around, remembering, oh my gosh, that's so much like so and so. And you share that memory with somebody that needs to know that person. That's what legacies are. That's what memories are. Share them. Don't stop, but take time to grieve and cry. Cry hard.
Mm.
It's so good. Don't feel like you have to be brave. Cry. And I cried a lot, and it's okay. It's okay. You need to.
Wow. Take time to grieve and cry hard. I actually love that. I'm putting what
Mhm.
you're saying here. Aurea is sharing her backstory. She's sharing her walk in this journey called life. And these are some great tips. Take time to grieve and cry hard. Don't worry about trying to move on and all that people encourage you to do during your grieving process. Take the time that you need. I see a lot of comments that's coming in from the virtual studio audience, and I will take this moment to just acknowledge some of them. Let's see. I see my mom is on. Speaking
Oh,
of
your
mom,
mom.
I am
Hey,
so
mom.
honored and grateful to have my mommy here with me. And she's such a big blessing to our lives. Good morning, ladies. I am watching this awesome show, and I am a walking miracle also. Yes, my mom had double bypass heart surgery, and she has her, her miracle scar there. And she also started organization with Ella's Compassionate Heart, where she'll send out cards to help you stay connected with your family members and your loved ones. And it's such a beautiful blessing. Y'all can hit her up on social media, or you can let me know and I'll connect you. She's not as social media savvy, but she'll handwrite a card on your behalf to your family members that you may, or
Ah,
friends or coworkers or company corporate executives that you want to just stay connected with. Because right now in society,
handwritten note. Go figure. I mean, those are like obsolete. God bless her for
yeah,
that. We miss those. We
yes.
really do. Our generation misses that.
Yes, yes. So glad to have you, mommy. Okay, Dennis says, "Hey, Miss Kim Jacobs, you are looking astonished." Am I?
Yes, she is. Wait, which way is she? There she
I'm
is.
getting celebritized. All right, all right. Thank you, Dennis. Much love, much love. Good morning, ladies. I see all of your comments coming in, and some other people. Everybody, you keep your comments flowing, and what we'll do is we'll keep popping over throughout the broadcast. And we will just acknowledge you all. Thank God, somebody said. Thank God for all of the miracles in your life, Aurea.
We
And
do.
somebody
God,
else said, I am a living, breathing miracle as well. Feel free to share your testimony and I'll pop it on the screen, whoever it is, and put your name there as well. Lots of prayers. Oh, cry emojis. You don't have to go through this alone.
Mhm.
All right. So I see a lot of comments. Yeah. Okay. Mary says, Aurea
Cat,
is wonderful.
love cat.
Loving.
Hey, cat.
Hey, cat. Hey, Mary Cat. Okay.
Love cat. She's one
Loving
of my friends. She's amazing. Love her.
loving friend and mentor. She walks the talk every day. It's nothing like a great friend that comes on and endorses what you're saying. It's rough though. The elders understand that from birth, but we are all passing slowly but surely, trying to understand that we celebrate the times that we're here and just passing through only in a passage. Very good point. Yes. Okay. All right. And I see more comments, but I'll keep them coming. I love that because they're always there. Grieve well and healthy. Very good.
Love
All right.
that.
Wow. So there's a lot to this woman, and we're going to unpack a lot of it throughout this episode. So, right now, we've heard some of the backstory. When we come back, I would love for us to talk about your whole television journey because you got your voice back to the point where you have some awards back there. I see. Oh my gosh, I see a telly. I know a telly when I see a telly. I got one up there.
Yeah, you do. I saw it. I saw yours.
So you have a whole bunch of, is that like 1, 2, 3? A bunch of tellies.
Like, I don't know, I think I got 5 or 6 tellies and a few Davies and my
Oh,
baby, my Emmy.
oh my gosh. Okay. When we come
We'll
back,
talk.
we're going to hear about how you got celebritized with your tellies and your Emmys right after this commercial break. Wow. Okay, we're here for a treat. Y'all get ready. Get into your mode, Aurea. Okay. We shall return right after this commercial break. We'll be right
I
back.
have peace of mind with Silver Shield Security, which has been protecting my family and home, along with servicing the Carolinas for over a decade. Silver Shield Security knows the importance of convenience and safety. Whether you live in an apartment or home or run a business, they are here to protect you from unwanted intrusions and fires. Call now at 704-440-4688 or visit the website at www.silvershield-security.com. You can use my promo code #ToneX and get 1/2 off your installation price. Don't forget to ask about the new no money down options. Let Silver Shield Security help to give you peace of mind, just like me and my family, and keep your business safe.
All right, we're here talking with Get Celebritized podcast host on Aurea McGarry. And so, talk to us about some of those awards you have back there.
I love it. I just want to say hi to Peggy. Peggy's in your feed here, and she didn't know why they weren't showing up. So we see you. I see your wonderful
Hi,
post there.
Peggy. Okay,
So I
let's
just looked at
see.
that. She's doing great. I was just looking at the
Oh, she
comments
said
over there.
Dr. Peggy here. Oh, it's Dr. Peggy. She said, I don't know why my name is not showing up with my
We
comments.
see
I
you.
think sometimes if you're over in the private group page, it won't show up without you authorizing it. That's what's happening. So I know many of you are watching from all different platforms, and we're also streaming on CTR Media Network, which is streaming in over 350 million households in 46 countries. So I want to make sure you know that we are seeing your comments. We appreciate you being a part of the virtual studio audience. All right. So talk to us about how you got celebritized.
Well, again, going back to I was born at a very young age. Now, I was born and raised in New York City.
Hilarious.
My mom was a cosmopolitan model, and my little girl dream. So I want y'all to think about this: your little girl or little boy dream. I believe there's secrets in there as far as what God wanted us to pursue, because He gives us our gifts and our desires for a reason. And sometimes they come true the way you think they will. Otherwise, it's a different route, but they can still come true in different ways. And
Right.
my dream, my little girl dream, always, if you asked me when I was 5 years old, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, I want to be a movie star. I love TV. I love movies. I wanted to be on Johnny Carson's show, sit on that couch. My mom would let me stay up late and watch Johnny Carson. I would watch Lucy. TV was everything to me. And I was in New York City, so TV was everything to everybody. I went to Broadway shows. I went backstage. I went to the high school for young professionals like you saw on Fame. So I was surrounded with this is what you do for a living. And it's not easy, and it's a dog-eat-dog world. But God gave me the gift for that, to entertain and make people smile and all that good stuff. Around the maypole, my life went. And long story short, back to that little girl dream. When I ended up getting married, escaped domestic violence, lost my mom, the whole 9 yards. And I'm in my 30s now, 38, lose my voice, told I never speak again. And now that calling to use my voice more than ever starts really coming to me. And I know it was God saying, you're going to write a book and it's going to help people. So I wrote a book. And with that book, I started taking up a book tour. Got a great publicist. She was amazing. And I started going to all these news shows. And it was all about positivity and how I survived and thrived through cancer and domestic violence and the murder of my dad, and still a successful entrepreneur.
Right.
And going on these news shows got that bug back. I miss doing TV. I used to do the soap opera Edge of Night. I used to be an extra and do all these neat things in New York. And I was missing it for some reason now at an older age in my early 40s. And at that moment, after going that book tour, realized there was a lot of bad news out there. I wanted to be the good news. And so I'm going to start a television show. This is back 2007 or so, 2008, before YouTube really kicked off. And now we all can have so many great platforms. We didn't have
Right.
TikToks, Instagram. So it really was like this novel idea. Like, what do you mean you're going to do a TV show? Good luck calling CBS or NBC, right?
Right.
So I want to tell good stories, the voice I shouldn't have. So I just started. So point one, if you feel the calling, start. Because better get going than just, worry about all the details. I knew I had the gift to do it. I had been a trained actress. I just didn't talk real well and I sound like a chicken. So like, well, besides that, I don't think I can do this. I really want to tell good stories. So started telling good stories about nonprofits because I believe there are heroes. They're not getting the spotlight. They're in this world to make a difference, but they're not necessarily the person that's going to let the world know what they do. So they need the limelight put on them. I'm going to be the voice for them. So I started that. So in 1 year is when all this happened. I started a TV show called Live Your Legacy TV, and I spotlighted nonprofits, people making a difference. It went on Ion Station, it went all these stations, and then it ended up by doing the Ron Clark Academy, went on some other stations, and then God put the right people in my path for the 22nd episode. Still my first year doing this was a 9-time Emmy-winning newscaster said, I have a story for you to tell. And I'm like, thinking to myself, well, I'm out of money because I never did get a sponsor for it. It was just a passion at this moment. I was going to tell stories. And he said the key thing, I'll put you in a cage with a lion and a tiger and a bear. Oh my. He did not realize he was just giving me the gift of my little girl dream because I'm a huge animal lover. My dream was to be hugged by a black bear, swim with the dolphin, and be kissed by a seal and anything else.
Yeah, especially when you have kangaroos as pets, right? I read that, by the way.
I did have a kangaroo as a pet. Yes, that's a whole other story. So he's come to me. I love nonprofits. He just gave me the nonprofit story of a lifetime. And here's what happened too. I didn't have any more money for that. Guess what? I found the money for that. So don't give it an excuses. I can't afford this. I can't do that. If you want something bad enough, you will find a way or make a way. You will go over, under, around, or through. So I wanted to tell this story so bad that I found the money to make this happen. He brought the team. God brought the right person to do this. I mean, he brought in NBC camera guys that did this on a dime because they wanted to tell this story of Noah's Ark here in Locust Grove, Georgia. I spent the whole day going from bears to cougars to pythons to birds. It was the day from heaven. So I have this. So of course I submitted it. I won some Tellys and Davies for that one and Ron Clark, but to submit it to the Emmys and then to win for that, didn't think I would even be in the works. There was like 33 nominations, all big time PBS shows and NBC local and all these things. And I was like, and then I was shocked when I got the nomination. I was even more shocked when they called my name. And you know what my best friend said across the table? Because like 12 people came with me, like, Greg, come see me lose. But at least I was nominated, right? And then when I
see the fact that you're even being considered for this whole thing, right?
And she looked over to me and she knew my mom because she's been my best friend for 40 something years now. And I get called. She goes, your mom would be proud. And of course, I lost it as I'm walking up to the stage. But this Emmy is for all of you, especially ladies. I was 48 years old, not a size 2, talk like a chicken on most of those episodes, and my hair had fallen out.
Wait a minute. Sorry, stop playing in the background.
And my hair had fallen out, like kind of completely, right before I started doing these television shows.
Okay, you know what? Give me a second because I'm trying to stop this and it won't stop. Okay, go ahead.
So I was
trying to find
for everyone,
what I was trying to do
women.
was find this picture of you. Hold on, I found it. I was like trying my best to find this picture of you getting these awards. So wait a minute, here I found it. So, here we go. Okay, here's I see you here.
That's me as a presenter at the Emmys.
You were presenting at the Emmys. I was looking for these on Facebook. That's what's happening. But I have a friend. Her birthday is today. So every time I click over it, it's like, okay, hold on. So that's you presenting at the Emmys.
Yeah, I've been doing that for like several years now because I'm on the board of governors. I love it. So my whole little girl dream came true. Not only did I win the Emmy, and this Emmy is for all of you, especially women thinking you're too old, you're too this, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. Stop it, because I was everything I shouldn't have been when this happened. Because it was God's purpose in my life for this moment, so I could be the voice of good news. So I give you hope. So what is your purpose? You have a different purpose. You have a different calling, a different summit to your dreams. Go back to that little girl dream. Let's say you wanted to be a ballerina and you wanted to do the Nutcracker, and now you're 50. And of course, you're not going to be the little girl in the Nutcracker. But why can't you be a mentor to ballerinas? Why can't you open up your own ballet school? Why can't you go talk to them? Why can't you, be that coach, that teacher? There's a way you can be in the industry, even if you're not able for whatever reason, like to win an Olympic gold medal. Let's say it's past your prime. There's certain things that aren't physically impossible, but why not be in that industry? Why not volunteer to nonprofits that are in your calling, that you feel, I would have wished I had done that. It's not too late. You can be involved in whatever you're interested in right now and stop thinking, well, it's too late for that, but it's not too late to be involved with it. It's not too late to help the next generation. It's not too late to live that legacy and light your fire back up. Say, this is the industry I know is meant to be a part of. So if that helps, I hope that helps, because this, Emmy, really truly is for everyone to help your dreams come true. Because everything I'm not, and especially that part where right before I did that first show, which I did on Habitat for Humanity, was the first one I highlighted, my hair started falling out in the shower. I mean, I look like a bald old man, and I was about to do my first show. And I could have said, well, I can't do that, but I didn't. All right, I sound like a chicken. Now I'm bald again. And it wasn't from chemo. They don't know what happened. And I said, so my daughter got with me. We found a wig in 3 days, which is not an easy thing to do. Found a wig, slapped it on, and show must go on. Because it wasn't about what I looked like. It wasn't about what size I was, how bad my voice sounded like a chicken in the beginning. It's about I was going to tell these good stories. I was going to be the voice of nonprofits. And devil wasn't going to stop me. Nobody was going to stop me. I felt that passion. And then look.
You're frozen for 1 second. But it's a cute freeze.
It's a cute freeze. Am I back?
Yeah, it's a cute. Yeah, you're back, but it's a cute freeze. It's like you even know how to get celebritized with your freeze, so that's a good thing.
I just want people to know, just don't let things stop you, and don't use excuse that if everything's going wrong that it's not meant to be. Still keep going, because if you feel that calling that I know I'm meant to do this, I have the gift, I have the talent, the training. Go for it, because a lot of times those obstacles are just kind of like testing you. How bad do you want it? Go over them, under them, through them. Because I had a lot of obstacles.
Go over, under, around, but through, but just never give up.
Yeah. Don't use the excuse, well, all this happened, it's probably not meant to be. Really, give it a little bit more of oomph for that before you give up.
I agree with you. I agree with everything that you're sharing. And yes, somebody said that this is so inspiring. Dennis said, hey, this is greatly inspiring information. And what an amazing story, Vanita said. Hi, Aurea. Hey, Aurea McGarry. Hey, I don't know who that is, but put your name and we will definitely acknowledge you. I see you, MD Alaman Bizwaz, and I see your hearts as well there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, wow. That Emmy back there over her right shoulder is for all of us to never give up on our dreams or on our goals. So thank you for winning this on our behalf, Aurea.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And I love that, because one thing I didn't like about show business was when I got the part, everybody else had to lose. And I knew that I loved show business and I loved theater and I love all that, but I didn't love that, because more times you're going to lose than get the part. And I couldn't live my life constantly losing, or constantly if I win, everybody else loses.
Right.
So I'm so glad God did this. Now I have my own shows. I have my own podcast. I host Christian television now. Everything I do isn't competitive. I do it for everybody, and you all can have your dreams come true too. Because I'm that real cheerleader, that person wants everybody to go to the top, whatever your dream is. And I can't live a life where, okay, if I'm up here, you can't be. Oh,
I hate that. I literally despise that philosophy. So I want everyone to win. And I don't even really want to win without everybody else getting a chance to win.
Exactly. And you do the same thing, Kim, because everybody that's winning can come on your show and you can inspire and help. So this show, the Kim Jacobs Show, is for everyone. You give everyone a voice as well. So you're using your gifts and your talents to say, here, let me give you the microphone. Share your voice. What do you want the world to know? So it's wonderful when we can do that. So it's not about Kim Jacobs having a show. Look at her. It's like, no, this show is for me to give you the microphone. That is such a blessing and such a great way to live a life.
Well, hey, I put the subscribe comment down there too while she was saying all those kudos, okay? Make sure you all subscribe and turn your notification bell on. And when we go live Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m., you will be alerted that we are officially live with wonderful guests like
I like saying it like broken up. Aurea McGarry, a ray of sunlight McGarry, So, all right. Listen, we're having a great conversation today and we're learning about Aurea McGarry. She's actually done some TED Talks as well. So I would like for us to talk about that as well when what, instead of me taking a commercial break, I do want to take a moment to share my screen and share with you to one of today's episode sponsors, which I think this would be a great time to do it. So I'm impressed with this particular place. So sometimes people will reach out about sponsoring the Kim Jacobs Show, and I don't take all sponsors, believe it or not, but I'm quite
Oh, yeah.
intrigued. I'm quite intrigued with this particular group, and so let me go ahead and share a little bit about them now. Yeah, because this is some good information. So, can you all see that? You can see that screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So let me share some information that I think will be helpful to you all. Listen. Single and dating in real life is a dating club. And I put the link in the comment section as well. But it's a dating club. It's where you come to meet people, not their profiles. It's designed to get you connected with someone from the comfort of your home. They bring their members together virtually on Sunday afternoons for a virtual meet and match. That sounds interesting, right?
Yeah.
For a virtual meet and match. The Sunday events is hosted by a relationship coach, so someone that's certified in that area, and she asks questions and creates conversation between the members and how they get to know something about each other. So she's kind of moderating it, this relationship coach. Now, if you do make a connection, Single and Dating hosts no obligation in real life group dates. They'll invite you, whether it's him or her, for you. They will be having a virtual meet and match this Sunday. How convenient. Hello. This Sunday, November 20th at 1:30 p.m. And guess what? You are invited. Again, a meet and match is virtual. So no matter where you are in the country, you can participate this Sunday, November 20th from 1:30 p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. And you're invited. You don't have to be a member of the dating club to attend, and it's free. Voila, it's free. So give it a try. And we think that's what they said. They think that it is going to work for you. So I'm going to put this link in the comment section again, and you can register to be a part of this event. All right. We will be right back after this break.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection with funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions. 704-499-3616.
All right, everybody. I actually have a tickle in my throat, so please forgive me. But we are talking with Aurea McGarry. You know what? The funny part I'm thinking here is, guess what? You're the perfect guest for me to have a tickle in my throat, right?
Right.
Because you can pick it up and rock and roll. You'd be like, girl, bye. Go ahead and cover your throat.
We
I
got
got
this.
this, right? So I'm going to turn it over for a second to Aurea McGarry, and she's going to talk to us about her TEDx talk
Absolutely.
and how she is inspiring the country that way. Take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find my TEDx talk on YouTube under Aurea McGarry. And it came to me because, again, I love to help women, especially, but great guys as well, to go out there and do what you do. And I was doing, after my TV show, I started Live Your Legacy Summit, which combined entrepreneurship and success and nonprofits. So they would come for 2 days, learn how to make more money so they could earn more, to live more, and then to give back more. So I honored nonprofits living a legacy. And I showed them on the stage. I gave them a voice. I gave them a platform. And I did 12 of those before the pandemic shut us down. But we'll be back. Live Your Legacy Summit brought in celebrities, Kim Coles, Jeff Foxworthy, cool people, and great speakers, again, pouring into helping making more money so we have more to give back. and then honoring these people. And through one of those 12 summits, one of them got a license to do a TEDx talk, which is very hard to get. You have to jump through a lot of hoops. And they remembered me. So people will remember you. So get out there, let your voice be heard, go to events, network, do what you love to do. And God will start connecting those pieces, because he says he will bless it if you do. Put your hands to do and he will bless it. So I'll just doing what I do, right? And this woman called me and she goes, we're doing a TEDx. This was just 2019. And we're going to do it May 2020. And of course, that got shut down for a moment. But she said, we're doing the TEDx. We got the license and it's going to be about seeding greatness. So a TEDx is always a themed event. Not so much find one in your hometown. Find one that has a theme that fits with what you would talk about. And I really said, I'm not a TEDx talker. I'm inspirational. I don't have a new thought or new idea. I just give hope. She goes, no, it's going to be about legacy. You are a good fit. Would you submit? We have writers. We have one of the best speech writers in the industry for TEDx. And she's original from the TED. And I said, okay, I would need that, because you can't ramble on a TEDx. It has to be scripted. It has to be approved of. You can't veer too far too left when you're doing it. So long story short, said yes, got with the speechwriter. We started writing it. COVID shut us down, came back. I just did it this past November, 2021. And so here's more hope. At 60 years old, I donned the TEDx stage, which is the highest stage you can have as a speaker. And here I am on that. It came to me. What can come to you if you put yourself out there? And don't tell me you're too old, because you better stop that right now. So I won my Emmy at 48. I got on the TEDx stage at 60. Who knows what's going to happen at 65, 70, 85, 95? Because some of the people I look up to was like Betty White. And Betty White was feeding cupcakes to a grizzly bear at like 96 years old. That'll be me too. Doing sitcoms way into her 90s. So stop telling me you're too old, because you're not. And go out and make your dreams come true. Whatever it is, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be, what do you want to do? You want to jump out of an airplane? Do you want to go teach skiing in the Alps of Switzerland? Doesn't matter. What is it you want to do? Go give it a whirl.
I love it. And I agree with you. And I think, first of all, the fact that you're saying 60 period is just absolutely crazy to hear that coming out of your mouth. So God has definitely smiled on you from a looks perspective.
That was last year. Yeah. I was raising $60,000 for my friend who helps the children of Haiti. Yeah, I never take for granted being born in America, because we have choices. We have clean water. We have toilets. And it's just, as bad as you think it could be, it's still not what those poor children and what people are going through in Haiti and other third world countries. So I just want to help everybody. So there's the TEDx. Yay. I mean, who would think that was just last November, a year ago, like this month.
You look so stunning. And so what was your topic? Tell us your topic.
It was about how to live an unbelievable legacy under unthinkable circumstances. And I do talk a snippet about Scarlett Lewis, and I talk about living your legacy is your currency. Kindness is a currency. And with everybody trying to earn more and all this, it's a different thought of your kindness, and you're giving back, living that life with that, intentionally living your legacy, doing good is a currency. And when your time comes, take your last breath, God will look down on you and say, well done, because you may not have cash, but giving a hug, giving a smile today is a currency somebody needs. So you have plenty of that. There's no limit to that. So you are wealthy right now, just the way you are.
Wow. You needed that.
9 minutes. Go watch it.
You needed that voice. God knew that you would be blessing us by just giving you the gift of being able to speak and use that voice that he gave you. So it doesn't need any kind of connecting vocal cord for you to officially be the ray of sunshine that you are today. So thank you.
Wow. My pleasure.
Okay, I see a long comment here. I'm going to read it for a second, since you took the time to put this up. Suhaila. And she says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Aurea of sunshine. Aurea is a shining light and a true testimony. She does walk the talk every single day, and she has the biggest heart and is so giving. She really pours her heart into all of us, and she's been a true blessing in my life. I am so honored to be a part of her program and honored to have her as a mentor and friend. God is working through her today in such a big way. And yes, you have something on your heart. Start. She is a true example of what she's talking about. So, Hayla, thank you for that comment. And you know what? Since so many are typing paragraphs, I will actually put the link in case any of you all want to pop on and say something directly to Aurea during this broadcast. Feel free to use that link. I also see.
And I'll go back and read them.
Yes, yes. And you say living your legacy is a currency. Powerful comment. I'm not too old at 70. And that's Dr. Peggy saying that. Thank you, Dr. Peggy. Make it a tax write-off. Okay. What, make your age? What, make what?
I love it. I love it.
Fun.
And I would love if everyone would share the TEDx. You got to find out YouTube under Aurea McGarry TEDx, because it had like a little warning because I talk about that Newtown, Connecticut shooting. So it doesn't get like organic reach, because if anybody has any kind of, they don't want to see violence or hear this, it won't automatically show up in feeds.
Right.
So I have to count on people sharing it, because it's not talked about in a bad way. It's talked about there's still hope in this world, and for a mother to still feel that hope. So I would hope everybody that's hearing this would share the YouTube, share my TEDx, because the only way people are going to get to see it or hear it. So
yes, please take a moment to do that today, everyone, and share it. Encourage people to learn more about legacy and hope through the TEDx talk that Aurea McGarry does with TEDx. And I'm sure it's incredibly inspiring. Okay. You said this is a great show. Thank you, Mary Cat. Very inspiring and motivating. Hope you subscribe too to the Kim Jacobs Show and tune in every weekday as well at 11 o'clock a.m. All right. So we've talked about, we talked about a lot so far, but we have not talked about your family. So when we come back after this commercial break, talk to us about, when I say your family, I'm talking about your children, stuff like that.
My 4 dogs, 3 cats.
Yeah, all of the kids. Okay. When we come back after this commercial break, do us the honors of being able to learn more about your beautiful family. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone, we are back, and we're talking with Aurea McGarry today here on the Kim Jacobs Show about getting celebritized. We have to hear about that too. I don't know if we talked too much about the celebrity podcast, which I want to hear about. But talk to us a little bit about your family, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. Well, my older daughter also got the entertainment bug. My daughter, Angelica, she's got a beautiful voice, and she did Top 100 American Idol. So she definitely has the bug, and she sings like Aretha Franklin and Christina Aguilera all put together, and sings with one of the top teachers here, Jan Smith. And she's married to a fabulous, wonderful man who's a chiropractor, a doctor, and just so great and doing so well. And she was the one that, I was a single mom. Yeah, there she is winning the award at my Live Your Legacy Summit. And she sings at all my events, and she dresses me as well.
She looked like she know how to wear some fashion, because like that's something I probably would rock. That dress is so cute. And then all of your stuff has been cute. Okay, let me see.
And there she is at the Emmys with me, and again, dressing me again. She's always sticking me in these dresses. I would always think, oh, it's too small, I won't fit into it. And she goes, Mom, stop looking at the size and get in it. And she's right. I'm like, oh, it fits. She's always like, you wear your clothes too big. It's funny how
I tell my mom that.
Different.
I tell her that all the time.
And my younger daughter, she's 17. The reason I don't have a picture of her is because she's growing too fast. She keeps changing her look, and she's beautiful. And just when I get a picture, I want to post. She goes, no, don't post that one. I'll give you another one. And I never get one.
That's hilarious.
She's just beautiful and just smart as can be. Equestrian and horses, and she's got that. She might want to be a graphic designer or go to a school like Full Sail. She's not sure what she wants to do with her life, but it's definitely on that creative side. And she's so much fun. She's still at home, and we do so much together. And it's so fun to see what the world will bring to her and see what she's going to give to the world, because she's so creative and artistic and all the good stuff. So I don't breed scientists or mathematicians. I breed entertainers. So look out, world, more entertainment coming to you.
That is
live from me.
Amazing. So more entertainment is going to be a legacy of entertainers coming from this house.
Making
more-
people smile, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And outside the box, which is great. So you never know what's going to happen. And then the family is so supportive of my celebrity brand and Live Your Legacy Summit, all that we do for nonprofits. They're all just as philanthropic. Little Alyssa, who's now 17, when she was 6 and at my summit, she saw me giving to all these nonprofits and she was like 5. And she goes, I want to help with the nonprofits. What can I do? And I said, well, what would you like to do? And at 5 years old, she decided she wanted to go in our yard and pick up rocks, clean them off, paint them. And she painted the most beautiful rocks. And she called it My Charity Rocks. And she raised $1,000 for charities just selling her rocks at my summit. She had her own booth. Everybody came over. And celebrities to this day, even Tori Johnson from Good Morning America has one of her rocks on her desk. And all these neat people have it. And they still remember to this day. So I still have Alyssa's rock on my desk. And we gave all that money to charities. All of it. She didn't keep any of it.
And how old is Alyssa now?
17.
Oh, I'm in here looking on Facebook. Is this her standing in front of a fireplace by chance?
Oh, let me see.
Okay, I don't want to put the wrong. I'm over here being a sleuth. I'm over here being a sleuth through your face.
Oh, there's my dogs. I love the animals.
Let me see. Tell me. I hope this is Alyssa because I went and deep dived into
Oh my gosh.
your page.
Tater tots.
Oh, speaking of dogs, I have a picture of your dog too. So
I have 4 dogs. So who knows which one?
Oh, I don't know which dog then. I just found I'm finding pictures. I don't know who is this right here.
Yes, that's her.
Okay, I was like, she's a beauty.
You did good. You found it. Yeah, it's a great
I was like, I'm searching, I'm leaning, looking. I'm like, I hope this is her. All right.
That's her. You did it. Mwah, thank you. I couldn't find it fast enough.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Which dog is this?
Whoa, that's my Great Pyrenees.
Oh, well, I see a bunch of dogs over there. And again,
I love animals.
You're an animal lover.
I have a Great Pyrenees. I had a kangaroo. All right, so here's the story of the kangaroo. I got a kangaroo because back in the day, I was doing Mary Kay, winning diamonds, cars, all this stuff. And on my first wedding anniversary, I didn't want diamonds. I'm not a materialistic person. If you're gonna spend money, I'm gonna buy me animals or take me to the petting zoo. Take me. I want to go to Australia to Steve Irwin's zoo. So he gave me a miniature kangaroo for our first anniversary, and her name was Truffles, and she was female and had a little pouch. Now I feed possums on my front door every single night since the pandemic, and I have 2 sugar gliders. We had a llama, we had a horse. I will die with animals all around me. Like I said, I'm like Betty White. I do what I do to support my addiction to animals, and so did she. So
my daughter wanted to be an exotic animal vet a few years ago. She's only 14, so it's like back in the day, she wanted to be an exotic animal vet. And one of her things with Make-A-Wish, they gave her a Make-A-Wish. We went to San Diego. She was able to swim with the otters, and she was able to run in the wild with just a whole slew of kangaroos. We were feeding them. I was like, oh my gosh, I was quite overwhelmed because that's not my dream.
Oh my God, it's my dream. I love your daughter. Tell her we have to connect.
She loves animal. Anyway,
I love that.
So y'all would get along very well.
We would. I love that.
So tell us how people can stay connected with you. And I want to hear about your Get Celebritized podcast.
Yes, my Get Celebritized is a podcast. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find Get Celebritized with Aurea McGarry. And I bring on guests like Jillian Michaels came on, Jeremy Campbell, 24-time Emmy-winning journalist, Karen Greer was another journalist, Emmy winner. I had on Dolly Neely with all of our possums and parrots who did the Survivor show. I get really cool people on there. We talk about what could have stopped you, how you got to the fame and success that you got to, and giving tips and advice on the real nuts and bolts that you did that most people don't do to get you to the success that you made it to. And it's also, you can earn more, so you can live more, so you can give back more. And now, because the show is doing so well on Apple TV and some other stations, that the network that I'm on, it's a TV show / podcast. They have now offered me a network, so I'm going to be launching my own TV network in January, called the Limelight Network, shining the limelight on all sorts of great people doing amazing things. So we'll be bringing on some excellent shows, from anything from cooking to DIYs to anything you think of. It'll all be educational in a fun way, just helping you create your wildest dreams.
Wow, this is some good stuff. Now, I heard somebody say that they're taking your course too, and I want to
Yes,
make
yes, I
sure.
teach. I'm a coach.
Yes, I want to make sure I let people know. Here's how you can stay connected. Let them know how they can stay connected with you. And
Instagram's a great place because that's where
okay,
I'm really active on Instagram and Clubhouse, but Instagram and YouTube. But Instagram, I'll always put my link there to my latest master classes. I do a free master class every single month, how to speak for profit in all the right places. And then it leads to my Get Celebritized coaching programs if you choose. So I can really help you find the right places so your voice can be heard. Because what's the point of having a service or a product if the people don't know that you have it? So I help celebritize you so your ideal clients know that you have the solution to their problem. So I get you out there and help you do this in the right way and monetize and bring in new ideal clients every single week and every single month. So that's
woo-hoo!
my genius.
I love it. I love it. Okay, and then there is a Speak for Profit class that I want you to tell people
Yeah,
about.
that link's in my Instagram. I'm doing it tomorrow, as a matter of fact. If you're watching live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, the link is in my Instagram bio, Speak for Profit, in all the right places. I teach you all the tips, like 4 really proven strategies to get your voice on the right microphones, on the right stages where your ideal clients are waiting for you to show up. So I help you increase your income. So tomorrow, which is November 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, the link is in the Instagram bio, and I will be doing another one in December and January. I do it every month, once a month.
Wow. So there are no excuses. If tomorrow doesn't work, get another date, get another date, get another date. Remember, go up, go around, go through. Do not give up, according to Aurea McGarry. Okay. All right. So there's ways to stay connected. I've put the comments there. Okay. Suhaila says that I am a part of the Speak for Profit. And yes, Kim, I'm so excited to watch you from now on. Oh, thank you.
New
Okay.
fans.
Praise God for how he works through you as well. So many people will watch you and be inspired. Thank you so much. Yes, I adore animals and all. That's so amazing, Kim. Yes, it's about earning more to live more and give more. She is going to continue to shine God's light. Yes, she actually invited me to be on her platform too. So you'll learn more about my story with my children, 1 child that transitioned from this earth and 3 that live with cystic fibrosis. And
Oh my
so you're going to
gosh.
hear more about that whenever I'm on her platform. Okay.
You're
But
going to
this
be on
right
my
here.
platform and you're going to get on Atlanta Live. I'm going to bring, just submit you to so many neat things because now we're just getting to know each other. And you've got a great story and a great voice too, Kim. So we're going to be great new fast friends for sure and collaborate. So you'll be seeing more of both of us
Looking forward
very
to it.
soon.
And you don't have to dull somebody else's light in order for yours to shine.
No,
The
we all
whole
need
point is we can all blossom together. That's the whole beauty of flowers. Like, here, there's a flower, it's blossoming.
Yes,
Anyway.
a garden, not just a single rose, a garden.
Yes, yes. All right. Okay, everybody. I'm excited. I'm excited we've had this time with Aurea. Are there any closing comments, Aurea, that we didn't get to cover?
I just want everybody to know to tap into to others, to take advice from people who are where you want to be. Don't do this a life alone. Believe in what can be. And like one of your other comments said, she's 70 or he's 70, not too late. It's not too late. You're not too old. You're not too this. You're not too that. Your best years, your best accomplishments have not even happened yet. Mine haven't even happened yet because there's so much more to life until we take that last breath. And if the pandemic taught us all anything, and it taught us many things, is none of us know when that last breath is. So we don't have the luxury to say, I'll do that tomorrow. You've got today. So what are you going to do today
Today.
to make it better and to live
I
your
love
dreams?
it. I love it. Today is what we have.
Right now.
Make the most of it. Utilize the gifts that God gave you. And let us all, as Les Brown says, let us live full and die empty. I gave it all. I
Yes.
gave everything that I needed to leave on this earth. And none of my gifts and talents are angry with me because I used them to the fullest.
Love that.
Okay. All right. Keep that in mind. And today is also my bestie's birthday. I didn't want to play any song or anything because I didn't want it to copyright the show.
Right.
So, but happy birthday to you, Sean. And I celebrate you today on behalf of the Kim Jacobs Show. We celebrate you. Happy birthday and many more years to come. It's always wonderful to have a great friend in life. And Sean has
Amen.
supported me through many ups and many downs that I've experienced, highs and lows in my life. And she's been a mainstay as a wonderful friend through it all. So happy birthday to you, Sean, and may God make all of your dreams become a reality. All right, that's today's episode, everybody. Thank you for your prayers. You know what I'm talking about. If you have watched the video that I did prior to this with my baseball cap, no makeup. So
Now I'm
thank
gonna
you
have
so
to
much
go
for your
look.
prayers. And thank you so much, Aurea McGarry, for being a wonderful ray of sunlight here on the Kim Jacobs Show today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, for all your wonderful comments.
All right. All right, everybody. Talk to you later, and we'll see you again on the Kim Jacobs Show. Next episode, another new episode tomorrow, actually talking about battered to boss lady. This woman rocks. She'll be here tomorrow, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. See you then.
Can't wait.
All right. Stay backstage. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show.